This is my channel, The Fancy Hat Lady Reads. I'm wearing one of my fancy booktube hats, and today I'm doing my December TBR. So, the first batch of books in this TBR are things that you already saw in my November TBR because I was doing a 5-star TBR predictions batch for these last 2 months, November and December, of 5 books that I talked about in that November TBR, and I only read one of them in November, so I need to read all 4 of these in December. And they are the book that I am currently reading, The Girl Who Raced Fairyland All the Way Home by Catherine and Valente, which I'm several chapters into, and then Winter Rose by Patricia A. McKillip, Lud-in-the-Mist by Mirrlees, and A Conspiracy of Truths by Alexandra Rowland. And if you want to hear about why I think each of these might be 5-star reads for me, you can go back and watch that November TBR video. The reason that I'm doing this is because this calendar year has been really scant on 5-star reads for me, and I want to boost that number of favorite books by the end of the year. So these are my top priority right now. The other thing that is my top priority is another book that's ended up on several of my TBRs that I just haven't gotten read at all, and that is Muse of Nightmares. This has been like a high priority read for me for months and months and months, and I still haven't actually gotten to it. I hope to actually read it this month. We'll see. This was going to be the book that I would have counted if I had tried to participate in Tome Topple last month, which I ended up not doing, so yeah, I hope to read this month. This could also end up being a 5-star read for me because the first book in this series, Strange the Dreamer, was a 5-star read for me, even though this wasn't one of the books that I picked for those 5-star TBR predictions. I'm sort of mentally lumping it with them. And then the next book that I want to read in December, because I want to participate in a group read for this book, is The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman, the first book in his Dark Materials. I read this book in high school. I remember absolutely nothing about it except the things that I've heard talked about this series since I've read it. And so when my friend Reija from the Book Finch announced that she was going to be hosting a read-along of this series starting in December, I said, yes, of course, I have that, I'm going to read it. I will link the Goodreads group for that read-along down below, so you can check it out and join in if that's something you want to do. And then I have just 3 more books at the end here. Realistically, I'm not going to get to all of these, I know that. But I kind of just want to state my intent, that at least I had the good intent that I wanted to read these books in December. The Woman Who Rides Like a Man by Tamora Pierce, the 3rd book in the Song of the Lioness quartet. I was trying to participate in April Sarah's year-long Tortall read-along. Again, I'll link the Goodreads group down below. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to read the whole Tortall series in one calendar year. I do not read series that fast, but I thought it was reasonable to think that I might be able to read the entire Song of the Lioness quartet, those first 4 books, in the year 2018. So far, I've only read the first 2. Possibly I can squeeze a 3rd in. These are very, very quick reads for me, at least the first 2 were. But at this point, it's a lower priority because I know I'm going to fail. I'm not going to finish this series by the end of the year. And failing by 2 books versus failing by 1 book is like not the biggest difference in my mind. I'm not sure I even went back and commented in the group after I finished the 2nd book. I'm just failing at this. But this is a potential read for me for December. And then I have 2 more arcs that I want to read. First of all, The Winter of the Witch by Catherynne Arden, the 3rd book in the Winter Night trilogy, which is one of my most anticipated books right now. I'm super pumped to have it. This is an early January release, and recently I have not been able to finish like any arcs before their release date. Like for months now, that's been something that has just stopped happening for me, but this is one where I'd really like to prioritize that. So I'd like to actually read this in December. And then I have a November arc, Angel and Bavar. I'm still not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, which is a middle grade read that I would like to read and review, and this was a November release. And I still really want to get on top of reviewing more new release middle grade, and it's something that I'm not super good at, so that's why this is on this list. Of these three, I'll probably only get to one in December, and my priority right now is Winter of the Witch, but that could change. I also want to mention what the current reads are for the Lady Vaults book club, which again I'll link below, which is a group that reads vintage sci-fi and fantasy by female authors. And in November I did start reading the November pick, which was Woman on the Edge of Time by Marge Piercy. I had this out on ebook loan from my library via Overdrive, and my digital loan on this expired. I was only like 2 chapters in, and I was not into it because it was just way heavier than what I want to read right now. So I could get this back from the library again and start reading it. I'm thinking this is not a priority for December for me, though, even though I do eventually want to finish this book. I'm not DNFing it. And then the December pick is Grass by Sheri S. Tepper, which is another book that I want to read. I just don't think I want to read it this month. And I'm thinking I might just push both of these books off to read belatedly in the new year. I know that Tome Infinity and Beyond is happening in January, so I'll be reading a lot of sci-fi in January. Maybe I can sneak both of these in then to catch up. So that is basically my December TBR. It's obviously way too many books. As always, I'm not going to finish all of these, but let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any exciting reading plans for December. Anyhow, I hope you're having a nice day. That is all. Bye for now.